everybody. I can see much of your faces, but how are you today? Okay, fine. Well, just 10 minutes. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Barcelona Health Hub, for inviting us. I want to talk to you about innovation by design. I will talk to you about digital experiences and how to impact in the patient journey. All right, so this is a story of my company, DMO, co-creating with Moonlife and Tom here. I've been 17 years co-creating innovation in healthcare and pharmaceutical industries. And I'm here because I want to innovate. I love to impact. I love to iterate and to improve and inspire people to do it. And here with me, Tom. Thank you very much, Tom, for being here.
You're welcome.
Tom was a key player in our journey of co-creating this process, this innovation process. And he's OKR expert, and I will tell you then some aspects. So tell the story. Some years ago, we had a unique opportunity. There was the first time the global CEO of Novartis coming to Argentina. And we had just 5 weeks to co-create something. You can imagine all the teams in Novartis trying to impact, trying to show their innovations and their co-creations to the CEO, the global CEO. We were lucky because Bas has given us green light to continue moving forward with this MVP called Clonify. Clonify was a tool for patients to get fast access to their medication, high-cost medication. So we continue moving. Everything goes well. Many sponsors, technological companies, pharmaceutical companies, institutions, patient association, everything was coming very well. But suddenly, COVID changed everything for all of us, also for digital innovation and for pharmaceutical industry and startups. So what we learned from there, we have to change really everything. And this is the first insight I want to share with you today, is we are all used to focus in solutions. And when we get to a solution, we think we are all set. We are ready. But I invite you to set your mindset around the problem. What problem you are solving. If you're clear about the problem, then you get many and plenty of solutions to impact in the problem. But then you focus in the solution, and the solution breaks down, you have nothing. Or if COVID impacts you and you have to transform your business model, you have nothing. So we focus on the problem. We have many, many metrics around that, about the lifestyles of people, about the world population growing, about, look at the last one, about less than half of population were tracking their health habits or records. And you can have many triggers around innovation. When you set up your teams or your projects or initiatives, you have many, many of them. But I invite you to read the last one. Let Maria get out of bed and take a shower by herself. Sometimes, or most of the times, innovation is more simple than we think. So don't be complex when you frame innovation. Don't be complex, because there are really little problems around there that we can impact very, very much. And also, if you want different results, it's a question for all of us. Are we using always the same tools? Are we getting the same path, the same journey every time? If it is yes, the answer, then we don't have different results. There are many tools, frameworks, design thinking, lean startup, hackathons. There are many of them around there. We apply all of them. But for sure, I assure you that culture and mindset in your teams, in your organizations, are the most impactful tools for innovation. If they are not correctly set, all the process will be messed up. So here are some questions about. For me, innovation is not a journey of success. It's a journey of failure. So how fast are we to fail? That's the question. How fast can we move forward and fail another time? How much are we ready to change? You have to be clear, really clear about this in your teams, in your organizations, to change something. And the last one, how do we measure innovation? That's a really important thing, because if you don't measure, you can't manage. And here, for us, and Tom and his team was key players and partners in our process of co-creation of this kind of projects, because OKRs is a really good framework to connect the result and the process. I'm talking to you about the process. It's more important the process and the result. And OKRs, more than metrics, just metric KPIs, connect the process with the result. If you just have KPIs, you can accomplish them, but then you have nothing behind. You don't have a new process behind, a new mindset behind. You just get to a KPI. But in this framework of OKRs, I assure you, you can connect all that. Also, have an intervention in your tools. It's a kind of innovation. Don't use the tools as they are. Put them to work to you and not you to work to the frameworks or the platform you use. So Tom, I want you to ask about some insight in the OKR world.
Thanks, Martin. Yeah, the key insight could be that innovation is also about execution. And frameworks like this could help us reduce the gap between the long-term planning, the mission, to what has to be done in the next 3 months. So the takeaway could be the fastest we fail, the fastest we learn.
Yeah, sure. As I mentioned before, that's very important. Tom, thank you. Gracias. Gracias also. The fastest we fail, the fastest we learn. And innovation processes are a process of failure and learning. Yeah? And you have to do this not by yourself and your teams. You have to be simpler, as we told before. You have to focus on the solution of the problem and not the solutions. You have to use many templates, but aligning really strong in the mindset and the culture and have impact on thousands of people. This is the adoption. We don't want to understand innovation as creating another app that nobody uses, right? Isn't it? We all of us want to do something, some projects, initiatives that people uses, patient uses, HCPs, HMOs, everyone out there uses and takes some of this. So Moonlife, 4 years after those visits of the global CEO of Novartis, transformed everything. Moonlife is a solution for people, not for patients, for people who want to improve their quality of life. Because it allows to consciously track healthcare habits, to have records about their life in different aspects of their healthy habits. It has many, many advantages around connecting this effort of the people to tracking their habits, connecting them to a wellness marketplace, to reward them, and to close the loop. So if you want to be healthier, we help you be more healthy. Last questions. When we get to the result, when we get to the solution finally, do you think this is the end of the journey? No, this is the start. When you get to the solution, this is the start of the journey. You need to push it forward. You need to have leaders in your teams to lead the process, move forward. I see many, many cases that take to the solution and die there because nobody pushed them up to the market. So how do you lead this process? How do you measure you keep on track, OKR or many other platforms or frameworks? And how often do you iterate or pivot? If you have strategies like 1 year or 2 years after, it's too much time. If you're making the mistake, you need to be faster. This is our framework to co-creation we call Co-create, and where in 3 months you can get through the three main steps of innovation: discovery, co-create with the teams and stakeholders, prototype it, learn from there, and have a minimal viable change. I'm talking about change, about process, not results. MVPs talk about results. We have an MVP. I want you to take this. This is minimum viable change. It's like a new concept around there. And it's more about the process, not around the result. And so, remember, innovation is not only about the case itself, the result, the outcome, or the end goal. It's about the process itself, what you change in that, and what you build from there for the future. Thank you very much for listening.